Welcome everyone. It's been a little bit of time. I've been away doing a little bit of things and stuff. Today I'm joined with Uncle Sam and we'll be diving into homebrew lore. We're trying something new today, so we went into this with a bit of no script, and the recording is a little bit scuffed. But we had a lot of fun doing this kind of content, and we hope you really enjoy. So enjoy our ramblings and have a wonderful night.
Hi everybody, my name is Uncle Sam. This is Shadow. Say hi. I'm stealing your YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing a series of, well, at least this is going to be a series of discussing various homebrew Space Marine chapters, and today we are going to discuss the Shun-Shenyuan Magisters.
Shun-Shenyuan Magisters.
Shun-Shenyuan Soft.
This is going to be a great one.
This is going to be great.
This is going to be wonderful.
Shadow, do you want to give them some background on what these guys are, or at least where they came from?
Basically, where they came from is... We did an entire homebrew lore competition, and this was one of the entries that happened to get third place. Thank you to Green Knight.
Yes, thank you, Green Knight, for your wonderful...
This is great.
Culturally significant Space Marine chapter.
It is quite neat. Well, it beat out the Olympia's remains.
Oh, yes. With the Olympia's, I like the Olympia's remains, to be fair. To be fair, anything Iron Warriors adjacent is something I really enjoy, so...
You enjoyed John Siege.
Yes, John Siege is the best Space Marine. Right next to Steve Bolterman.
Steve Bolterman?
Steve Bolterman.
Okay.
He goes to a different... He goes to a different school, you haven't heard of him.
Of course. He was trained on a different planet. He's part of the elite company. You haven't heard of it.
Yeah. God damn it. Do you think we should restart? Because I don't
care.
Okay. Alright.
We'll go with it. We're rolling.
Yeah, roll it. We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
We're not gonna say any funny cuss words.
We are family friendly, and if there is a curse, I'll throw a sound above it or something.
Use the death block curse sensor noise, like the squeal. Anyways, so how do you say the second word in the name of the Space Marine chapter? I keep getting confused with Szechuan sauce, and I know that's not correct.
I don't know why you're asking me, bro. I don't know why you're asking me.
I don't know. You seem to say it better than I said it.
Shenyuan?
Shenyuan. Yes. Okay, this is what we're agreeing on. The Shun-Shenyuan Magisters were a 26 founding Space Marine chapter that were Ultramarine successors, and their current name is different because their original name is the Jade Praters. Originally they were created to basically babysit a Space Marine chapter called the Mentors, who were basically trying to make sure that they didn't fall to chaos like their progenitors, which were the Star Scorpions, because, you know, they fell to chaos and the Inquisition just went, psych, you no longer exist, bye-bye.
Chaos PTSD.
Chaos PTSD. They're probably palling around with Abaddon the Despoiler or running away from him.
One of the two. Probably both.
Probably both at the same time. They observed a lot of stuff about the Mentors that they really liked, specifically their logistics and their focus on provincial government. And in a very Ultramarines fashion, they said, fire building, the place SimCity in space. This seems like a good idea. So
I want to be a politician in space.
I wanna play Stellaris, but you know, not evil. I want to play Stellaris, but it's not fun.
I want to play Stellaris, but a boring playthrough.
Yeah, who wants to play Stellaris when you're actually playing Civilized? Whenever I play Stellaris, I try to use the word bearers to make a tax haven. It's the best way to play that game. Anyways, after about 100 years of serving alongside the Mentors and being very good friends, they ended up being stuck alongside them in the Ultima Segmentum, and ended up engaging with various Tyranid splinter fleets of High Fleet Behemoth alongside various Chaos Warbands, and They fought alongside the local guard regiments of the Wu Lin, which apparently is the local name for the extensively intermarried lineage of nobles from the region. Nice.
Quite neat.
Quite neat.
I actually like the
and
name.
family friendly.
The name
double
is...
joke.
No!
I realize that.
It's actually family friendly.
It actually is family friendly. It gets worse all the time.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Usually I like to try to be composed, but I've never done live content before. I usually pace through a filter. Now my unhinged thoughts are now for all to see.
Hey, well, yeah, so are mine. Like, you see, because when I record, I read paragraph by paragraph. And I, have stops and edits in between. So this is just full jangling keys.
Alright, that was weird.
Strange occurrence.
Strange occurrences during the recording of the funny hee hee ha ha Homebrew Space Marine chapter podcast.
So true, yeah.
So, after that amount of time, they got some significant attention from the locals of Haishan, who were just like, hey, we've gone along for a while. We've been fighting alongside each other for roughly almost 100 years. You should, set up shop here. And then they just went, you know what? The neighborhood's nice. The tax bracket's pretty good.
Tax bracket's great. Hey, y'all, you pretty chill. Have this planet.
Y'all, you pretty chill. The tithe ain't bad. We're gonna move here.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a planet, and the planet that they give them is a death world.
Yeah. Hey, want a cool tax bracket? Yeah. Okay. Here's Caliban. Shit.
Here's Catachan.
Oh god. Cue the repeat joke.
Here's Catachan, except it's Subnautica.
And Chinese.
It's Subnautica and Chinese. Basically, this entire area of space is filled with ocean worlds.
Basically.
That is important to remember.
That is important to remember when we get later on into their combat doctrine, which, once you start hearing it, you'll be like, that's really interesting, I've never thought of this. How does this work? And trust me, you'll see. And they took the planet of Haishan as their homeworld. And it was one of the few classified as death worlds due to the variety of extremely dangerous marine life that dwelt beneath the planet's waves. Basically, it's Jaws the planet.
I love Jaws the planet.
I love Jaws planet. It's a giant shark. Shade is a planet. Anyways, so the colonists throughout the Zhujiang sector, I think that's right. Zhujiang sector, which is where Haishan is from.
Xiaogong?
Xiaogong?
I don't know.
Xiaogong is actually probably better. And overall, they basically just began to start creating underground and underwater colonies, very similar to that Gungan underwater city on Naboo from the Phantom Menace.
They actually straight up became Gungans.
They just straight up became Gungans.
Humanity became Gungans on a death world, ocean world.
And because of the fact that there are various underwater aquatic species, basically making it the water equivalent of Catachan, the Jade Praters spent the next 91 years dispatching the active companies and squads to various theaters throughout the larger Imperium and the planet, because the planet was so ungodly dangerous that they needed to clear out half of the oceans to make it livable.
Man, imagine being stuck with that job.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hey, here, buddy, have this harpoon and go fight.
Want a virus bomb the ocean?
Hey, kid, have a harpoon. Go fight the giant shark.
Giant monsters, yeah. And after a while, during this period of time, the Cicatrix Maledictum, aka the Great Rift, aka Abaddon the Despoiler's funny, dunny, handy-dandy 3-step plan just started to ruin everything and make everything significantly worse than it already was. And the Zhaozhong sector was entirely cut off from the rest of the Imperium. So the only friends they now had were demons and sea monsters.
Not a great combination.
Not a great combination.
No. Also, calling whatever you just called Abaddon's 13th Black Crusade is probably the best thing I've ever heard it being called.
Abaddon's funny, dunny, handy-dandy 3-step plan.
It was his fitness plan, dude. It was his fitness plan.
Fitness plan. I do. My favorite day is Abaddon's favorite lift is probably Blackstone Fortress Day because he just has to throw them at planets.
Unfortunately, he gave 2 of them to
Huron
Blackheart, so he can also do it.
Side note: the entire reason why he gave them to Huron was because of the fact that he was trying to basically, like, temper the machine spirit of them, which, by the way, this is a complete total side note and rant, apologies. Go read the Fall of Cadia book. If you haven't, it's very, very good. It is basically just the Gathering Storm campaign book in the form of a novel. Go read it. It's really, really good. If you like The Infinite and the Divine, it's written by the same author. He straight up says, yeah, no, the other 2 Blackstone Fortresses I kind of fucked up, so I gave them to Huron, so that way we didn't have to deal with them.
Huron... the machine doesn't like me.
The machine doesn't like him, so then he has to basically get this random woman that he kind of treats like a daughter as, like, a really powerful psyker to kind of temper the Blackstone Fortress, and it works. So, yeah. Abaddon literally took out the garbage and gave it to another warband that was equally as big as them.
It's like when you get a terrible white elephant gift, and then you just re-gift it to someone else.
It's like if you get a white elephant gift, and then you turn into a poxwalker. Not a fun trip. Not a fun trip to the doctor, that is.
No! I would imagine not.
Yeah. And of the 500 Marines in the battle companies, only 50 were on the planet at the time of High Shun. And only about 15 of the other 45 active 10-man squads in the sector were basically able to make it back to the planet after the Great Rift opened, and the other 300 Marines, including the chapter master, were just gone. Poof.
They're good day.
Good day. Goodbye.
My people need me. I'm asleep now. My people need me.
This is my final message. Goodbye. Anyway, so the remaining survivors were not given enough time to rebuild or anything else, and a new Chaos Lord had arisen inside the sector, and basically you had Tyranid fleets invading, you had demons,
you had orcs,
you had some orcs, you had there was no Necrons, there was one rogue Tal fleet that just got smashed though. It's not mentioned in this summary, but later on
how did the Tal get to space?
That got stuck. I don't know.
They got to space China.
They're stuck in space China. I don't understand. Anyway, so the Praters originally deployed the remaining forces to the various planets struggling from the various incursions, but lacked the overall command structure to coordinate a sector-wide defense that the Wulin nobles of Zhaozhong had been failing to construct. Basically, the Space Marines are like, we need to defend, and the nobles are still busy having family-friendly fun.
Family-friendly fun.
Yeah. And then the sector nobles and the various Adeptus Mechanicus forces were used in leveraging the replenishable resources and manpower in the sector, basically devolving into wars of attrition, and began to slowly break down the enemy forces, but it led to a lot of Pyrrhic victories over the course of 5 years. Like, they would win this defense, but keep in mind, by that point, you basically had 5 dudes and a broken bolter by the end.
They had, 5 dudes, probably, 3... child soldier guardsmen.
And they had to share the rock.
It's what they did in World War II with the Soviets or something, and one guy has a rifle and he's followed along by 10 other guys.
The other one has the bolt shell. It is just chapter serfs, not even Space Marines anymore. But during that time, a specific captain named Guan Zhu, who is the only surviving battle captain, had been gradually strengthening ties between the Wulin and the Mechanicus leaders in the area, while compiling a large tome of detailed and complex strategies that explore the various tactics and strategies Imperial forces in the Zhaozhong sector could employ to function far more effectively alongside each other. Basically, the Codex Astartes. Again.
Oh, I love the Codex Astartes.
I love the Codex Astartes.
I love the Codex Astartes. It's so great.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I just want to point out, Imagine having to be between, like, nobles and the Mechanicus to get them to
Lord.
agree.
That is an achievement.
Like, if you haven't yet, you should read the new, like, Dark Angels book. If I can pull it up and remember what it was called.
I don't know what it's called. It's about Ezekiel, right? Or is it a different character?
No, not even close.
Okay.
Ezekiel is a librarian.
Psyker.
Yeah. He's a psyker, man. I have it in my Audible library. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you?
I love Audible.
I love Lazarus! Lazarus Enmity's
yeah.
Edge!
I need to read that.
It is a great book, and this book definitely has the balancing Mechanicus and nobles thing with it.
Well, viewing people, go read that. It's a good book. Also read Lords of Excess. Very good book.
If you want to read about one goober wanting to play SimCity in space.
Horrible, terrible, very bad day.
He wants to play SimCity in space, dude.
Basically, that's what it is. A human Huron Blackheart should just play a LAN game of a SimCity 2000. Be real fun. But, and after this period of time, the sector was basically in attrition warfare for the next 27 years, despite the fact that it had repeatedly been reinforced and supply lines and infrastructure were set up by Guanzu and the various other forces within the planet system, star system, sector, whatever. And basically, towards the end, after about 27 years of that, the only thing that was left was the forces of the Chaos Lord, Estrella. And he was a Chaos Knight from the Hearthmouth sector, and having followed the path of the previous fallen Knight of Khorne who had invaded Zhaozhang and been defeated by the Jade Praters almost, 120 years prior. But Astra worshipped Chaos Undivided, so that meant that he had a lot more very fun demon toys to play with.
He had a wider selection.
Yeah,
wonderful wider. Hey man, choose your demon, any demon. Also, just pointing out, like having a Chaos Lord be a Chaos Knight. Oh,
that's cool. That's cool. I've never seen that before.
Finally, some Chaos Knights get some love.
I love Chaos Knights.
I love big robots.
They've never been slept on in terms of art, though. Every single art of Chaos Knights that I've ever seen has just been an absolute banger. 10 out of 10.
10 out of straight 10.
Yeah. And by this point, Estrella has already had about a third of the entire Zhaozhang sector, and basically they were in a siege of the entire sector, and for a time there was basically a bit of a stalemate, but then things started to flare up more after the fortress system of Chang'an. It's Chang apostrophe A-N. Chang'an.
Chang'an. And Guanzu's veteran squad.
Veteran squad had been isolated from the rest of the chapter. The ensuing siege took a full 2 years, which brought time for the Zhaozhang Inquisitorial Triumvirate to link up with the Loyalists in the Hearthmouth sector and orchestrate a mass revolt against Estrella. And this rebellion isolated Estrella's forces, cut off major of their supply lines, and basically allowed the remaining Zhaozhang forces to do the same to Estrella's holding within the sector. They basically kicked him while he was down and also bashed his head in repeatedly.
Lol, Lamau, average Chaos L.
At least, basically, yeah. But despite the fact that him basically having nothing left, he still gained ground against Guanzu with Nightlord.
Yeah.
Nightlords. Laughs and Conrad curse. He personally but the Chaos Lord ended up killing Guanzu in his final stand on Chang'an Prime. And now the Zhaozhang sector is basically leaderless, and the Jade Praters would be left incredibly vulnerable. Were it not for the arrival of the forces of Rowboat Girlyman's Indomitus Crusade, which delivered a swift and almost total defeat unto Estrella's forces.
I love Primaris. I love Primaris.
I love Primaris. I actually do love Primaris Marine. They've grown on me a lot.
Hey, I get to make awesome conversions with them.
Yeah, no, I like putting like Mark 6 helmets on like that, but I also like taking the helmets from the Horus Heresy Mark IV Maximus kit and putting them on the Primaris Marines, and it gives them a very different look.
Oh yeah.
Because even though they're the same helmet, they're not the same helmet. Because like proportion-wise, they're different.
Oh goodness, I can just feel in my soul right now that there's someone out there that's putting both of us on a list. These guys like Primaris.
Oh yeah, listen, if you want to put me on a list, that's fine. I like doing these sort of things.
Put me on in the yellow zone for fun sitting.
Put me in the red zone. It's gonna be my greatest honor. Please demand to be put in the red zone.
Put me in the red zone.
Put me in. Anyways, so the Indomitus Task Force brought Primaris reinforcements to the Jade Praters, which refilled their lower ranks and allowed for new officers to be promoted. And first Captain Fei Luduan advanced to the rank of Chapter Master to rechristen the chapter as the Shun-Shenyuan Magisters for the name of their new homeworld and the governmental positions the chapters of Astartes usually occupied throughout the sector.
I just need to... This guy needs to have a fine levied against him for, like, changing the name from the Jade Praters, easy to say, to...
Which, it's still a cool name.
It's great name, but...
My brain doesn't know how to decipher syllables.
My brain looks at this, and I have a stroke.
Yeah. Almost. Nothing wrong. It's like Green Knight. Love you, bud. You did a good job. I'm just saying, my brain hurts, and it's nothing. You did good. There's nothing wrong with your chapter. It's perfectly fine. And the Magisters would function basically as advisory roles to the governor, Lord General, or Magos of any planet, system, or sector that were undergoing some form of turmoil or strife, though it was only formally recognized in the Zhaozong sector due to the Magister's critical role in preservation. Once again, very Ultramarines.
So they became They actually became politicians.
Yeah, very similar to the White Consuls in a way, because they have two chapter masters, which are also Ultramarine successors. You have Captain Messinius, who's, if you haven't read the Dawn of Fire books, read them. They're very good. He's a main character in there. He also has a really cool-looking model as well, which I want. Well, I'd probably not paint it white, because painting white is horrible, and I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I'd rather paint yellow. Even yellow sucks painting sometimes, but that's besides the point. They have two chapter masters, where one is out in the, like, Imperium doing shit, and the other one is actually, like, governing the planet. So, this is actually very fitting.
They got the Sparta approach.
Yeah, they do. So, as of the year 172 M42, the Magisters continued to patrol the sectors of Ultima Segmentum located inside of Imperium Nihilus, fighting off a variety of Xenos and demonic threats that have increased in the Zhaozhong sectors, alongside the increased union of fortified trade systems within the southern Talamac sector, until their experts continue to reach the southern half of the Imperium through the Great Rift. Which, very cool. I like that chapter's history. It's very
Let's
much
go.
So,
yeah.
And that's oh wow, that's 4 pages in.
That's some decent history.
That's
some
very
good decent history.
I can see a book or two coming out of that.
Hey, entire history to just say, yeah, my Astartes are politicians.
Yeah, my Astartes are cool and understand tax code. Yours scream and then run with sword. I'm better. Listen, you can run at me all you want, dude. If you have no employees, you're dead.
That's some nice equipment there, buddy. Unfortunately, I taxed the hell out of your Mechanicus producers, and they can no longer afford producing your stuff.
Nice Forge World, buddy. I cast Audit.
I cast Audit.
Chapter 11 Bankruptcy. Anyways, so the Shun-Shenyuan Magisters are a Codex-compliant Ultramarine successor. If it wasn't that maintains
no way
standard chapter ranks and organization to the best of their abilities.
Are you
Magisters
telling
three
me
major
that the Ultramarine successor chapter that are like politicians are codex
are
compliant?
ultramarine compliant? Wow, the sky is blue, water is wet, Jimmy Hoffa is fucking dead.
And Xantine is a goober.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, if there's one thing you know about me, making Jimmy Hoffa jokes is just something my parents did, so it just kind of happens to me. For those who don't know, I'm not going to explain. You can probably.
No, yeah, no explanation for you. No explanation.
They have three main deviations or goals. The first is that due to their chapter fulfilling both a combat and advisory role and the increasing in threats within Imperium Nihilus, the four reserve companies instead fulfill the role of standard battle companies when a greater force is needed. And with the four battle companies fulfilling an advisor position and the veteran company standing by supplement for either approach, the scout company is often used as just messengers. Damn. Man.
Bro. Become mailman.
Bro, you are literally... Not even the Space Marines can escape the denizen hell that is the mailroom.
Oh my god. Okay, we're a bit jumping the gun. But basically, the chapter recruitment thing for you to become a scout, you're basically equipped with some stuff, and you're like, okay, go out into the ocean and live. Lol, I'm out.
Subnautica.
Yeah, go play Subnautica in our Death World ocean.
Play the original Minecraft Survival Island, please.
Imagine, surviving all that, you should have to survive for, 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
And, surviving all that, and then you become a mailman.
Oh, yeah.
There's no escape.
There is no escape. Never, never, never. So basically, and then the second is that the rank of Battle Brother correlates to the importance/difficulty of the managerial position that they are assigned to, and the third will be covered under the Aquatic Combat section. Yes, I said Aquatic Combat section.
You heard that.
That's the thing. You have... Listen, you ever wanted to see Shark Week?
Hey, you ever wanted to see Jaws? But with Space Marines?
But it's a Space Marine? Yeah. What I thought.
Oh man. Carcharodons pound sand.
Carcharodons do pound sand, indeed. So the ranks, though the ranks have remained though Jade has remained the primary color of the Magisters, the colors they use to denote different ranks have shifted to reflect the deadly aquatic worms, locally known as the Huan-Yang. Hey, I'm starting to get there.
Huan-Yang, we've done it, boy.
Red is the most common color found on the dragons, which is thus the highlight color for the standard Battle Brothers, with the rare and more vicious dragons having yellow highlights, which in turn means the more yellow highlights a Marine has, the higher the rank. The only specialist organization to have its own highlight color is a Librarius Terracotta Brown, as many of the chapter's librarians have shown a promising ability to animate the abnormally strong clay found on High Shun.
Wait, they can earthbend?
They
earthbend!
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
They earthbend!
That's actually really cool.
That is... Watch this Storm Seer starts earthbending. I would imagine that they would be waterbenders, but no, they earthbend.
No, they earthbend.
Oh.
They absolutely earthbend. Which I think is actually, that's actually really, really cool.
It would be really cool, but it would kind of really suck if you were nowhere near the bottom of the ocean, where you don't have any earth.
Yeah, no. Are we really fitting on this planet? Waterbending.
No way.
No way. And with the heraldry, it looks like there is the Jade Prater heraldry. Heraldry is a scroll and a feather, and the chapter master and oh my god. Need to drink water. The chapter master and veteran company heraldry for the Shun-Shenyuan Magisters are a twin dragon, and then the one for the standard one is a twin dragon, and the one for the chapter masters has some symbol on it.
I think
Aquatic combat.
it's a dragon and a snake twisted together.
A dragon and a snake?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is a dragon and a snake.
It's a dragon and a
I'm
snake.
gonna be honest. This is one of the best like homebrew Space Marine chapter logos I've ever seen.
It is really good.
Really, really good.
Man, like one day I'm gonna like sneak in my like own created successor chapter, and you're going to be able to know because like this chapter symbol is I made in Paint 3D.
Basically. I love Paint 3D.
Oh yes.
So now aquatic combat. This is their main gimmick. You know,
This is their
blood
thing.
angels. This is their thing. Listen, they don't have assault squads. They got fucking boats. You need to censor that. Anyway.
They play Subnautica.
They play lots of Subnautica, and they listen to "I'm on a Boat" by The Lonely Island very, very frequently.
No, they have the Bing Chilling meme playing constantly on their intercom while they play Subnautica.
Yes, please. Their favorite movie is Finding Nemo, or Shark Tale.
Their chapter neophytes are actually playing Finding Nemo. That's that's how they
Their
graduate to
battle
become.
anthem is Under the Sea from the Little Mermaid.
Okay, we need to stop.
Okay, we need to stop. When looking at the history of the Shun-Shenyuan Magisters, it is easy to overlook one of the chapter's most unique expertise: its ability to execute complex strategies when engaging in underwater conflicts. Fighting in multiple aquatic planets found throughout the Zhaojiang sector, alongside other oceanic elements of the sector's forces, means that the Magisters have access to some of the Imperium's best maritime vehicles, weapons, equipment, and other sort of machines, which the chapter's tech marines have become adept at converting for Astartes use.
That's right,
Yes.
boys. They have boats.
They got boats.
They have
You're converting guard boats to Space Marines, which is like when my own Space Marine chapter uses basilisks converted for Space Marine use, because the basilisk is better than any Space Marine artillery, and I will die on that hill.
I gotta straight up just throw it out there. It's not just boats. These are just straight up. They're turning tanks into submarines.
They're turning tanks into submarines.
Yes.
The air speeders are the same though. Like the speeders, like the land speeders are the same. But literally, like the Holly Shora pattern Sea Lurker is a predator but submersible. The Muriande pattern Sea Lurker is a land raider but submersible. The Depth Sub is a roll of a drop pod but for sea floor deployments.
Oh my! Wait! I just read the Magnapina pattern Dreadnought. I'm sorry, Green Knight, if I mispronounced that.
It has hydraulic thrusters and elongated arms for greater melee range, and the legs have various fins.
It's literally a fish dreadnought. It's a fish dreadnought.
Now I'm going to be honest. I've never thought of this ever. This is easily the most creative Space Marine chapter based on its own gimmick.
I like
other ones that are.
I gotta be real.
Move over every loyalist Space Marine chapter that's just, hi, I made the Iron Warriors, or the Luna Wolves, or X-Traitor Legion because I think they're cooler. No, you will never be as cool as Fish Dreadnought.
Fish Dreadnought time. Do you think that the Chaos Knight guy just couldn't conquer the rest of the planets in the sector? Not because, like, he couldn't beat the Marines or whatever there. It's because, like, they were in the ocean.
They're hiding under the waterline.
Yeah, they're underwater. Where are they supposed
crocodiles.
to? Like, Chaos, Big Mech tries to fight submarines in the ocean.
And they probably have a bunch of their chapter relics, probably because the Blood Ravens don't know how to swim. They haven't been able to steal any of them.
Oh my god. It's literally Jaws, except Jaws is a dreadnought.
Jaws not.
Jaws not.
Yeah. The weapons, they have the Capilata. Capilata sounds like a Hispanic, like, Tex-Mex dish, and I want it. I don't know why I haven't eaten all today. I want food. The Capilata Power Barb can be attached to dreadnoughts and other aquatic vehicles designed to be dragged across the water and disintegrate anything it touches. Sounds very similar to a Volkite weapon. Wait, there's a hyperlink and it goes to a jellyfish.
Wait. Power Barb. Is this a fucking fishing hook?
It's a fishing hook. Oh my god, it's a fishing hook. It is a laser fishing hook.
It is a Volkite fishing hook.
Wait, hold on one second. This isn't, it doesn't do beams. It is a power sword fishing hook.
Yeah.
Oh my! And the Capillata Power Flail is the Astartes side's melee variant. Oh my god! I love this.
This is getting better and better.
This is getting better and better.
I also just want to point out, technically, you could say that this chapter doesn't have ground forces. It's all a navy. It's Space Navy and Ocean Navy.
It's literally the Space Marine Navy. It's the Coast Guard. It's Space Marine Coast Guard.
Space Marine Coast Guard.
The Thalassa Force Multiplier functions like an aquatic variant of grav weapons by drastically increasing or decreasing the atmospheric pressure of a target. Bro.
I don't know why.
Move over, get rotated, idiot. How about I'm gonna put you in a bathtub and then change the water pressure so that way you keep going.
Oh, you weren't thinking what I was thinking. You know the submarine incident a little while back? Yeah, it's this. The just gets crushed like a can.
No!
Chaos Space Marine with the PlayStation controller. Ah, yes, we'll be able to fight them on their own turf.
Chaos. It's a Chaos Space Marine with a PlayStation controller, and inside of it is a Chaos Lord, his son, and his weird Slaneshi succubus demon lady. And they just get yeeted by 4 Space Marines with a grab weapon hiding underneath the coral reef.
Yeah, no, all they do is just beam it and just like gets crushed like a can.
Maybe they're the ultimate kryptonite to the Alpha Legion because they don't know how to swim either.
You think... I gotta be straight up. You think most threats kind of just avoid these ocean planets?
It's entirely
It's possible. Like, we can't fight them. They're not on land.
You know, Cadia would have gone real different if it was just mostly water.
Oh, boys, we have a new plan. They just flood Cadia. They just flood. Conquered us now, Abaddon.
It's just Krieg with a floaty and like a lance or sword. Just like, come now, bitch, you can't swim.
Send your corn berserkers at me. Come on.
I don't know how to swim.
Yeah,
they're so mad.
Watch them swim.
Yeah. The Squall Pattern Cryo Cannon, which is a freeze ray, which includes it can also freeze liquids inside of someone's body, which once again, Mr. Freeze ray. And,
it's actually Mr. Freeze!
Yeah. There is also a Boreas pattern bolter rounds utilizing the same technology but on a smaller, more precise scale, which means you have freeze bullets.
Okay, I gotta be real. That's actually a really cool idea. Why is it not an actual thing? Why is that not an actual thing?
Because that can actually work really well against Tyranids, because, sure, you can adapt to that, but what happens when you freeze a Tyranid? It doesn't move.
Well,
There's nothing left to move.
It technically hibernates if it's still alive.
Well, it technically hibernates, but it's freezing the inside of it, and then you could take all of the nids, put them in a giant freezer crate, and shove it into the fucking sun. You're good.
I like the thought of that. I really...
No.
You're impervious to fire? Freezing bolter rounds.
Bruh. Okay, listen. The defense of McCrag would have gone real different if we had Mr. Freeze. Specifically the Batman and Robin or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hey there, Swarm Lord. Freezes his head.
Wow, Swarm Lord, meet my freeze ray. Wow. My name is you stupid idiot. Why are you nothing but Stampy?
Arnold Schwarzenegger in the defense of McCrag.
Yes. The 10 glue endothermic grenades, which is freeze grenades. And then there's the Shuri exothermic. The Shuri exothermic grenades, which heat up roughly 20 to 25 yards in radius to the point of instant water boiling and evaporation, and can cook unprotected species instantly. Often called flash fryers by guardsmen. Oh, that's cool.
Wait. So
they have boil grenades.
This is how they fish. That's literally how they fish. They just go underwater, see a bunch of fish, throw this at them, and just...
Perfectly cooked. Boop. Just need to season it, and it's good.
Okay, for other equipment, we got the Icarus pattern thrusters, which can be attached to a variety of armors and machines to function like thrusters, allowing easier movement when submerged.
the
Fucking-
Kwang Gai pattern propulsion pack, which is
Kwang
used by
Ki.
submarines.
Yeah, Quan Ki.
Kwang Ki.
Yeah, I think it's Quan Ki. Quan Ki.
Wonky Wonky.
Propulsion pack, assault marine. It's used by assault marines when underwater for
That's pretty
extremely fast move. Hey
So
guys,
that's just
not only
jump
do we
pack.
have the normal underwater jetpack, we got the really fast underwater jetpack.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you have jump packs, but underwater. I mean, still, the idea of seeing Space Marines fight underwater, I mean, I can imagine most of the time it's against local wildlife, but I'm not even gonna lie, that is actually a really cool concept, because imagine you say, hey, here's a Tyranid Hive fleet trying to drop a bunch of, like, spores into an ocean, which is something that they do. They'll do it in the middle of the night, and they'll just kind of let stuff seep there. Well, you could send in, say, a kill team of these guys and freeze their asses and just take them away.
Or boil them. It's
boil
just straight up just cooked
Anyway,
Tyranid.
Yes, boiled carnifex, a local delicacy. The Magisters themselves recruit mainly from the Zhaojiang sector and their homeworld of... Hold on, I accidentally pressed the wrong
Hai
button.
Shun. Their homeworld of
Hai Shun.
Hai Shun.
It contains a multitude of extremely lethal aquatic life forms ranging from coral that can completely envelop an unmoving Astartes in moments to a variety of parasites fully capable of controlling humans, leeches the size of swordfish that swim in schools, and this variety of other aquatic carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores that are easily agitated and very territorial. Oh god. Okay, here's a fun fact. I have a fear of the ocean because of shit like this, so now I'm just comfortable.
Hey, buddy, want a giant leech or two?
No, especially if they're like giant. Anyways, the most notable of Hai Shum's many sea-dwelling Xenos is the apex predator genus of intelligent worms named the Huanying, given the name because the first humans that saw them thought the worms to be mirages. Most dwell in large ocean caverns near Hai Shun's poles, where the temperatures are lower and few other large predators interfere with their feeding, but some species migrate in groups across the planet, moving in ever-changing paths known only to them. I feel like I'm at the aquarium.
You are at the aquarium right now. Also, when we're saying worms, we're not like a little earthworm, like dragon, like kind of underwater dragon creature.
Underwater dragon creature, yeah.
Yeah, not the thought did come across that like giant underwater earthworm.
Yeah. The Magisters themselves maintain a submerged fortress monastery at the edge of the world's deepest trench.
They are
the cave network containing some of the most grotesque and predatory beasts on the planet. The first trial of any recruits is to survive the dive to the monastery with only a pressurized wetsuit, one rebreather, and 3 hours worth of oxygen canisters, a flashlight, and a combat knife. Any survivor inducted into one of the Scout Company's 5 novice squads that are closely scrutinized by their sergeants and apothecaries for any unbecoming behavior or physical incompatibility throughout their training, deployments, and augmentation process. Those who are deemed unfit are typically given the option of becoming one of the chapter's serfs, being sent off to an Imperial Scala for a career of their choice, being dropped off at a local recruitment office, or being signed up for a local ministerium job, or in worst case scenarios, are simply killed. You could be chapter
not even servitorized, it's just okay, you die now. Yeah. But like seriously, see, it's just like, all right, buddy, jump into the funny leech-infested water.
I mean, but here's the thing, though, is that if you are, say, going through Space Marine training and went through, like, a Space Marine Scout Company and, say, you flunked out, sure, you'd probably be, I don't know, you'd probably feel a significant amount of shame, but if you were sent off to the Skola, you could easily become, like, a Casterkin. Or, like, some of the, like, what are the super elite guardsmen that defend Terra? I forget.
Tempestus Scions.
Yeah, the Tempestus Scions and the Lucifer Blacks. You could easily become one of the best of those because of the fact you went through Space Marine training.
I mean, at least some.
At least some. I mean, like, because so honestly, this doesn't seem like a bad deal compared to like the Iron Hand serfs.
It's better than what the Raven Guard do.
What the Raven Guard do?
The Raven Guard basically do a test where it's like they try and see what your intentions are, or like if you fully believed in the cause, like they're psychically probing you or whatever as they're asking you different questions. And if they see that you're not a good fit, they servitorize you.
Oh.
No ifs or buts. If you fail, they servitorize you.
I mean, the best treatment I've seen serfs get in the Space Marine chapter is the Reclaimers, which are only feature in the Caiaphas Cain books. But what happens to their serfs is that they basically become the equivalent of like Kasrkin or Elite Guardsmen that fight on the ground alongside the Space Marines, but more in an auxiliary role.
I mean, that's actually a good idea. You don't have to waste. You don't have to waste.
Yeah.
Like,
they're simultaneously
material.
trained as tech adepts. They're trained as tech adepts and like line troops, so they're actually really good.
Fix my bolter.
Fix my bolter. Also, let's go fight Tyranids. Hooray!
Yay! Back to funny aquamarines.
Funny Aquamarines, yes.
Yeah,
the lucky
so-
recruits who make it through this process are then moved into one of the Scout Company's 3 junior squads, and are given increasingly difficult recon and messengerial missions, and must then receive commendations from at least 2 fully fledged battle brothers for both their battlefield prowess and diplomatic poise to advance to one of the 2 senior scout squads. Scouts in the senior squads are sent on the most difficult missions of all the recruits and must wait until their augmentation processes are finished to complete the 3rd test. The final trial before a scout receives his power armor and becomes a battle brother requires them to acquire at least 10 scales from a Huan Ying. Most aspirants simply follow a path of migrating Huan Ying and wait for them to shed, or else brave the Huan Ying's nesting caves of the poles.
Oh.
In which scales are usually found in the Huan Ying's
Oh no.
So either just wait for them to shed, or just go, I'm gonna go into its bedroom.
I'm gonna go fight a dragon, an ocean dragon right now.
Some brave or cocky aspirants choose instead to approach the Huan Yang directly, not usually to kill the beast, but to barter for their scales. The actual negotiation process is a closely guarded secret, but it has apparently worked more often than not.
Wait, you can negotiate.
What?
You can
So
negotiate
not
with the
only
wildlife.
Giant space dragons, you can talk to them?
You can.
Okay, so here's my...
I will give you 2 seashell for 2 scale.
Yeah. With 10 in hand, the recruit is then given his power armor and the scales are added to his left pauldron and then becomes a battle brother of the 9th Reserve Company. So the fact that the... Okay, so here's the thing. Space Marine chapter, that's cool. I'm more interested in this planet. Because...
the planet is really well written. It's thought out.
The planet is really well written because, honestly, it's because these are clearly psychically capable local wildlife that can communicate. Do you know how much the Mechanicus would love to frickin' dissect these things? And just study them?
Oh yeah.
Like, Inquisition would have a field day.
The Inquisition would absolutely have a field day.
Not to say that the chapter's not interesting. It is. Like, the more I've read this document a few times. It's like the more I've read it, the more I'm just like, I actually kind of want to see what these guys are actually like as like a book, because
I mean, it's really interesting because like we never see aquatic combat ever, but these guys cover it.
Everything else we already see is just, yeah, but it's this, but underwater. It's like, yeah, but it's still cool.
My headcanon is now that these guys are just on every ocean planet and no one wants to fight them.
Yeah.
Because they're underwater.
So there's a few figures of note. Guanzu, who quickly rose through the ranks of the Jade Praters due to his leadership and coordination abilities, but did not otherwise perform any outstanding accomplishments until his actions after the opening of the Great Rift. After his passing, Zhu has been heralded as one of the chapter's most exemplary diplomats and strategists, mainly due to his adaptiveness and ability to strategize
in his time.
In his time. Strategies in his time.
How dare you, tiny spelling mistake.
Oh, no.
Deletes document.
Fei Ludon, a current chapter master, he was one of the few Astartes who managed to return to the chapter with his entire squad intact after the opening of the Great Rift. Oh, so he was actually... Oh, okay.
Hey, we have a survivor.
We have a survivor. He then spent more time searching for other lost squadrons and saved 5 others. During the war for the Zhaojiang sector, he was quickly promoted to captain of the 1st Company and displayed a great grasp of coordinating various antithetical Imperial forces. Ludon has succeeded Guanzu as a current chapter master, continues the tradition of adding new diplomatic production and warfare strategies to Guanzu's Great War Tome. Oh, so it is a tome. So he's like, well, it's a giant book.
Oh, It's going in the book.
Why, yes, this is a Sun Tzu reference. What gave it away? Oh.
Oh my.
Green
Knight.
Green Knight. You know,
I
here's
see
the thing,
you.
though. If this was in canon... Okay, that fits.
No, I'm going to be straight up. GW is worse.
GW had... I'm going to be honest, this is totally fitting. I mean, here's the thing. Not to say... I love when GW does stuff like that. That's just random oddball. It's like, yeah, it's this obvious thing. Just go with it. It's fun.
Okay, wait.
That's some of my
Chief
favorite
Librarian Shun Wu, head of the library since before 999 M41, was the one to master the ability to animate multiple large clay golems. He's not just earthbending, he's making
Bro,
he's making rock monsters.
Yo, you ever see Reggie? Which of the Reggie? Hold on, which Pokemon is like? He's just making Geodude.
He's just made the rock Pokemon.
He's made Groudon and Geodude. That's all this is.
Also introducing the idea of hardening the clay figures into terracotta, turning them into moving statues that can split rocks. I see what you're doing, Green Knight.
Nice.
It was rumored he thought of this while watching the Huang Yang's fire breath turn soft clay to terracotta. As of 147 and 42, Wu is preparing to lead a combined Imperial force on a foray in the Hearthmorn sector to re-pacify it with his terracotta warriors.
Yes. Nice. With his terracotta warriors.
Bro actually...
Bro actually just said, I want some... First we have Listen, I want to see him and, like, White Scarf's character fight. Who's better? Who's cooler? Space Genghis Khan or Space Sun Tzu? Who wins?
Space Sun Tzu or Space Genghis Khan? Oh, man. Okay, we have Quillen Bay. I'm gonna get torn apart. I'm gonna get torn apart by someone.
Someone going to be like, you didn't take this language in high school. I didn't. I took sign language and I forgot most of it.
You mispronounced it. The Master Sanctity, the first Primaris High Chaplain, Quillen, I'm just going to say Quillen, is often known for being quiet, down to earth, and wise beyond his years. Perhaps it is because he is the only Magister to kill a Wang Yang during his final trial. Wait.
What?
This dude with a combat knife just killed the water dragon.
No, this is Guts from Berserk.
Bro, we just had this entire conversation of that some people trade with the Wang Yang for scales, some of them just wait around for them to shed, some of them steal scales from them. This guy, no, kill.
It makes sense why he's a chaplain then. My God.
Okay, which
he found a Huan Yang which had been driven mad by some unknown grievous wounds it had suffered. Okay, so it was already weakened, but still.
He was putting it out of his misery, but like, this guy, nah, I kill.
That's like saying, oh, well, I fought a Custodes, but he was still gravely wounded. It's still a Custodes.
Okay, just imagine a chapter, like, being like, okay, to, enter the chapter, you need to bring me a t-shirt from one civilian.
I need you to go to the local Hot Topic.
This is a guy that, like, just goes up to the first person he sees and just clocks off his head and takes his shirt.
Yeah, basically.
Actually.
Genuinely, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Shun-Shenyuan. Shun-Shenyuan? Oh, goodness.
Master of the Forge. Yeah.
The Master of the Forge. Only 3 years senior Quillen. Tech Marine adepts when Quillen recounted his experience during his third trial. As it happened, a group of Mechanicus oceanographers, so the Mechanicus are here.
They are experimenting, which makes sense.
They had gone missing in that area. Wait a minute. The iceberg.
The iceberg thickens.
The Mechanicus really just went up to a water dragon and were like, what if we poked it?
Hey, yo, bro. I'm gonna find this big fish and I'm gonna kill it. What do you mean there's Mechanicus?
I'm gonna go, like, I don't know, I'm gonna go, like, trade with a water dragon for some scales, like, for some diplomacy points or whatever, and, oh my goodness!
Holy mackerel!
Holy mackerel. No.
Well, actually, that's another layered joke, because a mackerel is still a sea creature.
Holy Huang Yang.
Yeah.
Suani was led deeper and deeper into the planet until he reached the entrance to a chamber of blackened stone.
Oh no.
This man is playing Subnautica!
No, it's not that. Keep reading.
Which will lay a metallic silver Huang Yang with sparks of with sparks of green energy running along it and an odd symbol for a face. The creature tried to crawl towards the intruder but was restrained by more green energy, which lit the walls around them, revealing many odd scrawlings of which Suani recognized only one. I'm not saying that word. I'm going to say it wrong.
And Zhukong Ing and Zhukong Wang.
Okay.
Suani never shared his experience with the Quillen Bay, but immediately was consulted with the Mechanicus higher up for a lengthy period. So wait a second. This is a Tomb World. Wait, so hold on a second. So wait a second. This is a Necron Tomb World with giant sea creatures.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens every
I just want to point out, if we skipped the character section for this, we wouldn't have ever known.
No, we wouldn't have. I didn't want to skip the character section, but, like, you know, I go.
Well, I wasn't saying we were gonna.
Yeah, I know.
If someone was reading through this and was like, I don't need to read through the character section, it's just a bunch of character nonsense. No. Lore.
No, there's a lot of good fluff in it.
Oh boy.
Like, I like this.
I just want to point out, like, there's a Necron Wang Yang on the seafloor.
Yeah. Which means maybe these creatures are of Necron. That's why they can probably trade with them.
What? Because they understand?
No, because they might be of Necron origin. Remember, Necrons also, aside from Necrodermis, also had other stuff that was more fleshy in material. They had, like, war beasts they would make during the War in Heaven.
Oh, true.
So
the Wang Yang war beasts.
Permanent Necron war beasts.
The theory video. Video when?
Oh, God, this is good.
Oh goodness, part 2, theorizing. Theorizing water dragon. Okay, and then we have Chief Apothecary Lucius.
Hey. Lucius.
Except he's not a goober.
Not that one.
Not that one. That one stays out.
Long Legion.
Originally the leading Primaris apothecary who introduced the Rubicon Primaris process to the firstborn apothecaries, he has been spending much time ingratiating himself to the traditions of the Shun-Shenyuan Magisters in their home sector, taking up the name
Tupac.
Yeah, he's now Tupac.
He's Tupac.
He's Tupac now. He has written many sections of the chapter's tome dedicated to exploring local Zhaogan. Dang it! Yeah, nice. Like, you see, like, for why, like, you were reading most of this, I'm like, man, I don't want to say this word. And the moment I try, I instantaneously just die.
It's like your brain just goes fart reverb.
Oh no. If only. Yeah. The Haishan medical practices and medicinal flora for studies grade uses, which eventually saw him being named Chief Apothecary in 146 and 42. Very nice.
That is all she wrote.
And then we got citations. We have a works cited page.
Shenwan is Mandarin Chinese for abyss, often used to describe deeper parts of the ocean. That's cool.
Oh yeah, like
I'll
he has little
tell
notes.
you what, this does way better justice and actually feels a lot more authentic than to say, I don't know, the Kuei Jin of the World of Darkness setting.
Yeah.
That's meme-worthy bad.
Oh goodness, like Green Knight did great with
Yeah, no.
with this. I also love the little note blurbs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like the little quotes and stuff like that.
So I actually understand some of these words.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, one of them thinks Subnautica creatures, but dialed up to 11.
Yeah, I know. I was about to point that out. Literally Subnautica.
And the Huan Yang means phantom or mirage, which is actually really cool.
Hey kid, you want to play Subnautica but in space?
Want to play Subnautica Space Marine Edition?
Want to play Subnautica in 40k?
Yeah.
Subnautica's 40k DLC?
Subnautica's 40k DLC, yeah.
Oh, I would
No,
not
these
want to go
guys are
there.
I would not want to go there, no, but that would actually be really, really cool. But, no, these guys are actually genuinely interesting. That's probably one of the most unique solo, like, Space Marine chapters that I've ever seen. And
I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna be
like
honest.
the only Space Marine chapter that I know of, like Homebrew Space Marine chapter, that I know of that actually engages in, like, underwater, like, combat, oceanic combat.
You know, it's genuinely a unique idea, and because of the fact we don't tend to see that a lot, even in the setting, which I think, honestly, because of course we have references to aquatic planets like Tyran and stuff like that, but they have platforms. They don't have underwater cities.
Yeah, they don't do underwater shenanigans, but these guys, like, what's a Corn Berserker gonna do? What's a Corn Berserker gonna do
Yeah, no.
in an ocean?
Basically nothing.
He's gonna flail around and scream until they get the can crusher beam.
But anyways, I think that's probably a good place to leave it off.
Yes. Thank you for listening to our weird, meandering shenaniganry.
Shenaniganery.
Shanine again. Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Was there a plan? Mayhaps. No. no, there was not a plan. I promise that this will be tweaked. This will be tweaked.
This will be tweaked.
It'll be great. It'll be wonderful.
It'll be great. Yeah, no. But thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Subscribe. Subscribe right now. Like.
Subscribe.
Sub to Sharkman.
Thanks.
Or else I'm sending him to funny Subnautica planet.
No, I don't wanna.
You're going to Subnautica planet.
No.
If you don't subscribe to him right now, he's going to Subnautica planet. Now have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day. Bye.